So we're here this afternoon. We're going to do a cryo pen on Nati. Nati's a 10-year-old English Spaniel, and she has two masses that are cutaneous in nature, yet benign. One is on her left cervical region, the other is on her right mandibular labia. We're going to put a little lidocaine bleb under each of them. I find that it's not necessary, but she's a somewhat fractious dog, and I think that in her particular case, it's going to make life a little bit easier. Elbow up, Heather. Thanks, Heather. And we're going to need to shave this. We didn't shave it. So after I put the lidocaine in, we'll give it a little shave, let the lidocaine work. So we're going to go ahead and freeze this mass from the base to the apex. We're going to freeze it over a period of about 45 seconds. We're going to do our best to remove any of the ice that is forming so we get the application of cold directly on the tissue. Once the mass is completely frozen, we'll go through a thaw cycle. Given the large size of this mass, we're going to use the D3 tip. And again, we're going to freeze the entire mass. We're going to work on approximately 50% of the mass at a time because of the size of this mass. And then we'll move to the other side. And we're running out of gas. Making sure that we knock off any ice crystals so we get the full thermal effect on the mass. Again, the lidocaine is not necessary, but in an area of the face, definitely makes it less arduous to get the mass frozen. Go back to the other one. So this is the mass post-thaw cycle, and we're going to start again at the base, freezing as we go. Knocking off any accumulation of frost so that the mass has as quick a freeze cycle as possible. Okay. So this is the mass post-thaw cycle, and we're going to again start at the base. And we are using the D3 tip. And we're going to freeze this mass in a uniform manner, knocking off the ice crystals as they form. Stop for a second, Tori. Okay, Nati. The goal here is to freeze as quickly as possible so as to form ice crystals intracellularly and rupture the cell membranes. to ensure that you have a complete freeze. With a tissue this size, the depth of the tissue is such that you need to ensure that you have the mass completely frozen. That's what the mass looks like post-freeze. It'll probably take in a mass this size approximately 3 weeks for this tissue to completely necrose and scab over, at which point we typically recheck them. In some cases, in a large mass as this one, we'll need to do a repeat treatment.